Hey legends, welcome to the Versus Performance Podcast. Another week, another episode. I hope you've all had a spectacular day so far. Today I sat down with the great man Tristan River. He's 19, he's done more things than most 19-year-olds have. His head's screwed on better than most 19-year-olds' heads are. He's a coffee roaster and barista at Common Folk Coffee. He's had a heap of other little jobs, and he's probably one of the most eccentric people that I've ever met. He's always kind of the life of the room or the area wherever he's in, and he's someone who I've grown to admire over the last couple of years, seeing his work ethic and passion and just love for life. So this is a really, really fun episode. It's a bit shorter and sharper than some of the other ones, but the messages are still just as strong. So also, I want to apologise for the little bit of drilling you'll hear intermittently throughout the podcast. There's not too much of it, but the boys are doing a little bit of work upstairs, ticking boxes, so that if that's a little bit annoying, I apologise, but it won't last for too long. Enjoy. My personal and business goal is to be just a little bit better every day. I believe everyone, especially normal people, have a story to tell. The Virtus podcast exists to help us all find small ways of consistent improvement by discussing the journey and experiences of each of our guests.
Oh, there's so much pressure now.
Mate, pressure's started. We're ready to rock.
Oh, we're recording?
Tristan, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, man. Sick.
You've been so up and about, so cocky about it all week, and now you're like a little bit red, you're a little bit embarrassed. What's up?
I'm under pressure now. I feel like this podcast could define my existence a bit, and that's nerve-wracking.
It could, or it might not, but we'll see. First question for you.
Yeah.
What gets you out of bed in the morning?
Usually, like, it's an interaction with people. Like, I get pumped to get out of bed because I get to go, like, essentially talk shit with my friends. That's work, and I'm at work like six days a week pretty much. I just enjoy interacting with my friends and meeting new people, and that's probably the biggest thing that gets me out of bed.
I like that. What are you doing for work at the moment?
So I'm currently working at Common Folk around the corner.
Another one of those guys.
So I'm doing specifically, I'm essentially like the Common Folk bitch, but in a good way. I get to do everything. So I work on bar, I work in the roastery, I get to roast coffee, I get to deliver coffee, which I actually really enjoy because we get to talk to our accounts and hang out with them and stuff.
Yeah.
And pack coffee, that's fun. And like do cool meetings about new things that we want to do. So yeah, essentially I'm just the little go-to boy. So do everything.
Something needs to be done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everyone talks to you.
Yeah. Oh, Triz, you got 5 minutes? Yeah, done. So that's good. That's my job.
How long have you been at Common Folk for?
Since I was 14, 9 months, 15.
As soon as you get a job, you got a job.
Yeah, so I did a brief, like, couple of months stint at Red Rooster, and that was potentially like the worst months of my life.
Why? You get to interact with people all day.
Oh yeah, that was
chicken.
Fun, but especially being like a vegetarian, that was a bit hard. But yeah, so did that, and then pretty much I moved up to Queensland for a little while, and then moved back down and got a job straight away at Common Folk. So it's been since.
How old are you now?
I'm 19, so 15, 3 years.
Probably the most eccentric 19-year-old I've ever met.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Goes alright. Just turned 19, so I'm a freshie too. Still very young.
Good. So you've obviously been at Common Folk, but you've had a bunch of other like little side projects and little other jobs and stuff. What else have you done the last 4 years?
Does it count as paid work or?
No, it's made everything. Made load up.
So other things I've done. I moved around like a little bit. Like when I was 15, I moved up to Queensland for a good probably maybe few months to live with my dad, which is a bit of fun. Just felt like a change of scenery. I was a little bit of a shit, and I probably needed to get out of my mom's way a bit.
Yeah.
So shit myself out to there for a few months. Literally just spent like that entire time just surfing and not working, which was great. Living under dad's roof. And then I moved.
Mate, it's not the worst way to spend a little bit of time when you're 15.
It was good. And then moved back down here. Yeah, as I said earlier, started working in Confolk. Was doing high school, and that was alright. I hated school. Like,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's sort of ironic. Like, I hated school. I love working with people, and as I said, that's what gets me out of bed every morning. But at the same time, I think I absolutely hated every single person involved in that place.
Why? Was it the authority, the fact you had to tick the boxes and just sit in class and listen? Because you don't strike me as the kind of person that can sit down and just listen.
I'm a very like, well, firstly, I have a big problem with authority, which isn't good. I'm aware of it, so it's alright.
Hey mate, awareness is halfway there.
But also, like, I like sort of being my own person and having a lot of control over my own life.
Yeah.
As soon as it starts to get as soon as my life goes into someone else's hands, I get a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what school was. But yeah, and so I was doing school, and then just before I started year 12, I moved out of home to live on my own in Mornington, still working at Confolk.
Yeah.
And Flock, which is a bit of fun.
Shout out.
Yeah. Amy Caulfield. And then, so working at Flock, I was living out of home, trying to do year 12, and then I think I got a few months into year 12 and decided to bail on it. And like, I like to consider myself a sensible person. But I like that.
That's a great sentence with the smile and the laugh afterwards.
I
sense there's a butt coming.
So bailing school, I justified it in the fact that I am 110% set on what I'm going to do in life.
Awesome.
Which was a really big thing for me because I grew up, like when you're at school, I grew up like fully stressed about, they really drill it into you. You need to know what you want to do like for year 9 so you can pick your electives, so when you leave here, that's your life. And I spent like year 9 and 10 freaking out because I was like, I don't know what I want to do.
So do you feel it added that unnecessary anxiety on top of what already is a fucking hard time?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Like it was like, I was a bit of a difficult child, and I definitely made growing up hard for myself in a lot of aspects, but also on top of just not liking school, that whole sort of vibe in general. On top of that was just an extra stress.
Yeah.
And that all sort of built up, and then when I was probably a couple of years into working at Confolk, I realised that I just wanted to roast coffee for the rest of my life. And so then I was like, well, fuck this.
Don't need school.
Yeah, I'm going to go do that. And yeah, that's what I've been doing ever since. I've done a few little side projects. Like my mate Ryan Donahue started working on like a coffee cart so that we could raise money for the Cup That Counts.
Awesome.
And do it at school, but that sort of fell through because I bailed on school. So that was getting there. And then I've had like a bunch of little just stupid side hustles. I got a job roasting at Five Senses.
Yep.
A few days a week, just as a casual dude, or just whenever they needed me, which was awesome. So I got that through.
Seems to be a bit of employee share.
Yeah, a little bit. I think the big boys at Five Senses weren't so stoked about that because they thought I might. Hope they don't listen to this. Thought I might steal coffee secrets or something.
Are there coffee secrets though, or is it just people?
No.
Because like in my industry, in the fitness industry, everyone thinks they have it. Like a lot of people think they have a secret. There's no secret. There's just doing the simple things really, really well. And I assume with coffee,
it's the exact same thing. I was actually really shocked when I first encountered this issue of roasting for 2 different companies because. In my mind, if we're just talking about roasting coffee specifically, and you can even relate that to your job, I'm just trying to do something the best I can, and obviously I'm producing something consumable, but like whether it's fitness or whatever job it is, I'm trying to do something the best I can so the person receiving that enjoys it. And generally, if we're talking specifically coffee roasting,
Yeah.
it's not hard to do. Like, this is how you do it. That's it. Like, this is the best way to do it.
So you've just got to do it the best way possible.
And that's it. And I think some people get very caught up in secrets and I don't know, their identity and how that relates to how they do it. But really, we're all doing the same thing. And I think the more people that realise that, will sort of improve our industry as well. Because I don't know, there's like two sides to this. There's like the whole, it's cliche and it's bullshit, but at the same time it's very true. How I see it is like, if every single, and I'm relating it to my job, every single like coffee roastery or gym was to do everything the best that they could, sharing the knowledge with every single person, whether they're new to the business or old to the business, then the entire industry grows and improves as a whole.
100%.
Now I understand we're businesses and we need to make money and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, in my mind that makes perfect sense. And especially because we're supporting people overseas as well.
Yeah.
Our product does not come from anywhere near us. So it's like, if we all can get more of that, well then we're all fucking getting better, and
then everyone
that's
wins.
it. Everyone wins. But anyway, so that was the first time I encountered that problem working with two roasteries. But I don't think it's
really interesting. Like, mate, at 19 to have that mindset is fucking awesome, because like it's a big. I got stuck in the, I guess, maybe early 20s that this is the best method or this is the best way to go, and then you realise, well, you know, there's heaps of different ways to do the same thing. You just want to figure out for that particular item or for that particular person or coffee, for those particular beans, what's the best way of doing it. Because then, like, my big focus now is transitioning into coaching coaches and coaching different practitioners to give the best service, because at the end of the day it's all about the client. For you guys it's all about like the final product of how delicious is this coffee. And that's a really, really cool, I guess, thing to come to at 19. I think Sammy Keck and I have had this conversation numerous times, or with slightly different angles and stuff, but I think, and we're just talking about my age in relation to it, I think I forced myself to grow up quite early, and so that's sort of taken an effect on how I go about working and all that sort of shit, which is interesting. We'll go back to school for a second. Are you completely at peace with the decision you made to bail when you did? Would you change it if you went back? No, I wouldn't change it at all. Good. I like had obviously numerous nights sitting down going like, should I do this, should I not do this? And I'm a firm believer in, if you make a decision, then you're going to have to, like, you know, deal with the consequences of that. And I mean, really the consequences of that decision was, initially I thought it was maybe I could never go to uni. Post that decision I realised I never want to go to uni. But you still could if you wanted to. I realised that I could. Like, if I needed to go get a year 12 pass, you do like 6 months of TAFE, like blah blah blah, like all that jazz, and I was like, hold on, like, if I want to go back on this decision, I can. And that made it easier, but in my mind I'm already set, like I'm done. That was it. I was like, catch. Done at 19. Talk to me, what does the future hold? Because I can't see you staying in the one spot roasting coffee forever. Where do you want to take it? That's it's interesting, because I think over the last year I've always been like, I want to start my own roastery, I want to start my own cafe, I want to, like, you know, I want it to be a reflection of me, and I want to be in charge and do cool shit. It's not always cracked up to be sometimes. And I think literally last month had a meeting with Hogs and Sammy, and I told them I'd come to the conclusion, and now this is just for now, I'll probably change my mind because I do that a lot, but that's okay. But I realised that I sort of wanted to stick around and help common folk grow, and I was like, being in charge and having my own thing one day, that might be a possibility, might roll around to that, I don't know, but I was like, I really enjoy the community that I'm part of, the business, those boys got their heads screwed on, I don't know, aside from what Sammy wears. If you could just listen to most of what he says and not actually have to look at him, then things would be smooth. Those boys, like, so switched on. I love working for them, I love what they're doing. Awesome. So I think the future for me at the moment looks like essentially
doing the best I
common
can.
folk grow.
Yeah, to help common folk grow.
That's awesome.
And that links into everything I spoke about with like the industry in general. But far future, got no idea. I'm still an aspiring tattoo artist.
Yeah,
which I'm disappointed about. Shout out, but also shout down if that's a thing to Mitch.
I don't have a shout down bell, so I'm going to press the shout out bell.
Yep, sweet. Mitch
Talk to us about, first of all, the Mitch Rowe problem we got going on at the moment in terms of what you want to do to him, and second of all, your tattoo game, because it's interesting.
Okay.
How'd you get stuck into it?
Okay.
Actually,
all right. So, another shout out, Luke Walton. So, my boy Luke, we used to sling spros on Saturdays together, and I think I got my first tattoo fresh 18, like on the books. I was like, bam, I'm gonna go ink myself up.
as you do.
Yeah, and I was real scared. I was like, I can't remember if the mic was rolling or not, but one of my biggest problems, maybe we can come back to this later or avoid it completely, is like I don't like being defined by a certain thing.
Yep.
So like if we did this interview and I said that I hate cats, I'd have to
You're the cat guy.
I'd have to redo this interview and say that I don't mind cats, I don't really have any opinions on cats, some days I hate them, some days I like them. So anyways, like getting a tattoo for me was a big deal because it was like, this is going to be on me, and every time someone sees this, it's going to be a reflection of me. So naturally my first tattoo was a coffee related tattoo.
Good.
And then Luke and I were sitting down and we were like, why don't we just tattoo ourselves? And I think Luke had done a stick and poke tattoo before, and I was like, cool, like that seems like a lot of effort, I'm just going to buy a tattoo machine. So I bought a tattoo, and tattoo artists hate me. Most tattoo artists hate me, which I understand.
Surely you've made friends with someone.
Yeah, I've made friends with a few now.
Good.
But some real traditional tattoo artists hate me, and I fully understand that. Like, I don't know, it's a bit of a conundrum. It's like, by doing this unprofessionally and not so much, it is an art form, like obviously, as in tattooing is an art form, but doing it in sort of that unprofessional manner sometimes has a bit of bad karma around the joint. Mm-hmm. But how I think about it is, and I relate it back to my job, if I roast some coffee and I give it to you to brew at home, I can guarantee there's no way you're going to brew it as good as I can.
I've had some practice.
But I still give you coffee to take home and let you brew it yourself because that's your thing. That's like your experience. You're making yourself a coffee. Yeah. Now, tattooing is a little bit more permanent, and if you fuck up the coffee thing, you can always come back to me tomorrow and I'll make you one.
Yeah.
But I think about it in that aspect.
Well, you can always. Technology's fine, mate. You can always get it redone,
exactly.
or you can get it taken off, blank canvas again.
So I think I've tattooed, like short of 40 people now.
That is a great number. At 19, you've tattooed 40 people, so 12 months basically.
Yeah, and I've gone to town on my thighs, so obviously there's no visuals.
No, there's not, but I'll make sure at least one of the promo photos for this has Triz's tattoos on.
Done. So essentially above the knees and below the hips have been annihilated by myself and my friends. It's just like... Yeah.
What's your strangest one?
I don't know about strangest, like probably one of my...
Okay, what's the best story behind it?
I know what's strange. I got two.
Give me strangest and best story.
One just above my knee, slightly to the side, there's a game of noughts and crosses I played with Steinsy.
Yep.
Don't know if that was mentioned.
It was mentioned on the Snake Hole podcast.
Yep, so... I can't remember if I had a couple beers or not. I'm going to say that I did because it makes me sound better. But Steinsy kicked my ass in a game of noughts and crosses, and within 2 moves had already beaten me.
On your leg?
On my leg. But I had to commit to the game. So I've got a failed game of noughts and crosses. And then my other one, which is another tragic story, is I did the one thing that you should never do, typically. I have a girlfriend, or not girlfriend, I have a tattoo related to an ex-girlfriend, and then another tattoo over that tattoo from another ex-girl.
Oh, okay, so you basically put one problem and then another problem on top of it, being
it wasn't an ex-girlfriend, but it was an housemate. Yeah. So anyway,
gotcha.
So I've got a love heart on my leg, very high up, close to my groinal area. And then that love heart has been turned into a name of another woman. And And so yeah, that one's bad. And
so
so anyway,
when you look at your tattoos, what do you think? What's your thought process?
I actually see them all as, and not specifically to the incident or what the image is, but as my relationships with people. So if you look at any one of my tattoos,
yeah,
I can tell you who I was with, the story behind it, what we did that day, and for me that's really sort of heartwarming.
That's awesome.
There's some really bad, so like there's one, and excuse my French, but an acronym on my leg that stands for "Suck My Dick, White America," and that was tattooed. That's my favourite Tyler the Creator quote, and that was tattooed on me by Tommy T at my house in Mornington one night when we were just hanging out with the boys. You know, it was super fun. And so anyway, yeah, I don't look at anything on my body and go, oh shit, maybe. Nah, maybe that last one. Maybe, yeah, but yeah, I
that's cool. Like, it's a story around it, right?
Yeah, stories, and I'm not too phased about how I come across to people visually.
You know they're permanent, right?
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, apparently.
Shit.
Apparently. What will happen when you're old? What will you look like?
Yeah, and I was like, well, I'm not going to stupidly tattoo myself when I'm old, so I got to do it now. Anyway, wrap all that up. Mitch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
Mitchie.
We were going to tattoo Mitch mid-podcast.
It didn't happen.
Disappointed that didn't happen.
He had to work instead, which I feel as though I could have pulled some strings, but
that's right.
It's been a busy week, so it never happened. But we might have to get Mitchie in soon because
I heard
he may have lost a bet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the reason we're tattooing him is he needs a Virtus V.
Virtus V. That's that was the wager.
Yep.
The wager was that I get to pick a tattoo on him if he lost, and I figured branding is forever, right? So maybe the V.
Well, I'll talk to Sammy Cake. The common folks see he's got tattoo.
He does. It's maybe think about. Maybe that'd be cool. But I wanted in that Virtus V to have WWWD.
I know I got this one. What would Wallace do?
Correct. And Mitch is like, mate, I'll get the Virtus V anywhere you want, but I'm not getting what would Wallace do. And I'm like, well, fair enough. Play on.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
So refresh my memory on how was it an against? No,
it was a really simple what are the odds game.
Yeah,
so it was like the simplest game.
That's it.
What are the odds you'll get a tattoo from Tristan? And he said 1 in 10, and we got the right one. So it's his fault for going 1 in 10, I guess.
It's gold.
Not going to make him do it, but if he respects the sanctity of the what are the odds game, then he'll probably do it at some point.
Sacred game,
mate. It's important.
Very important. So, well, maybe I hear you guys do like gin and yoga. Maybe we can do like gin, yoga, and watching Mitch get tattooed. Or something like that. That could be it.
I'm sure we can make it happen.
Yeah.
You'll have to talk to our director of cool shit, which is Tommy T.
He's
self-titled, but
I think I'm
okay with it.
I can pull some strings on that one.
Yeah.
I think I know the man. Tommy T.
Shout out.
Sick.
Good. Apart from tattooing people, what do you do for fun?
I work a lot.
I know. I'm aware.
But what do I do for fun?
Where do you think that work ethic comes from? Is it just something you've always had?
Yeah, I mean, like, I couldn't tell you specifically. I think my mum probably input a lot of work ethic in me.
Yeah.
She's very motivating in that sense. Like, go on, get your shit done. Like,
good.
Which is good. I mean, aside from that, yeah, I don't know. I take pride in everything I do. So, like...
I like that.
Yeah, if I do something, I want to do it well. And I think that's just a thing that I just naturally have an opinion of myself. And so that obviously reflects on, like, my work, I guess. Yeah. But, what I do for fun.
Yeah.
I skate, pretty trash at it. I surf, also pretty trash at it. Not shy of a little party. I don't mind a little bit of a boogie.
Good.
Shout out to Fergus and Ollie for the weekend. Party time, boys.
The weekend coming up?
Yeah. I think we're going to Golden Plains. So we are.
Treat yourself.
So that'll be good. I clocked in some annual leave and I was like, I'm out.
Good.
What else do I do for fun? Music. Big music fan. So I used to play in a band with a bunch of mates from school. We haven't played in a while, but we've started up again, which is a little bit of fun. I love gigging. I get a mad thrill out of it. I used to play with my dad's bands, like growing up and stuff. and used to just be like everyone in my immediate family is very musical.
Yeah.
So like mum's great woodwind instrument player, dad's an amazing guitarist, like dude's a freak. Probably music, big thing in my life, very important. I like sleep.
Well, you like sleep because you work so much, right?
Yeah, and I like a little bit of reading, but I think all of my content reading wise at the moment is all coffee related.
That's cool.
So very like in-depth sciencey.
Yeah, so that
crap.
Having pride in everything you do, you take that everywhere. You take that to work, you take that to surfing. Not tattoos, obviously, but...
I think, like if we're talking like my hobbies specifically, I do take pride in my hobbies, but at the same time, like, I don't know, the hobbies I find myself doing, and specifically excluding reading, but like surfing, skating, music and all that sort of stuff, I actually just use them as ways to not vent, but just sort of like blah.
Yeah.
Okay. So like especially my music, I do take pride in it, but I'm a little bit of as I said, I don't like authority, so if I can screw the system in any way, I'll do it. So like if I can, I don't know, muck around with music and just do real loud stupid shit, I will, just to piss people off. So like that sort of pride in annoying people. So yeah.
Play on.
Yeah, and I take that a little bit into work as well. I like to rock the boat.
Yeah. How does that go with the powers that be? At work especially.
If we're talking like the big boys.
Sammy and Benny and Tommy.
Sammy loves it.
Yeah.
Tommy likes it too. Benny's only been on board a little bit, but I think I'm getting through to him.
Winning him over.
I think I'm like speak the devil. I think I back up the amount of shit I talk with hard work.
Yeah.
And I think it may get frustrating having to listen to me sometimes, but I sort of like even it out both ways.
I get that. It's from what I see as a customer.
Yeah, actually, I'd love to hear this.
From what I see as a customer, you're always like full ball at whatever you're doing, whether it's annoying the shit out of people or whether it's working hard. Like, could never question your work ethic, and like it's always. It seems like even if you've had half an hour sleep and you've had a quick nap on the coffee bag or whatever,
regular occurrence,
it always seems like it's never a chore for you to be there.
Yeah.
Which, you know, for anyone that works, for anyone's job, like that's the dream, right?
Yeah,
Having
I think, the
love and the passion to be there all the time, regardless of what's going on.
That's spot on. Yeah, I think no matter what state I'm in, when I rock up to work,
choice of words.
Yeah, whenever I rock up to work, I always do my best, and I'm happy to be there. So, which is good. But yeah, I think that's a reflection on it. So I tend to rock the boat, but I try to work as hard as I can as well. So yeah, it's entertaining. I sort of want to like, I don't know, see if I can snap in a little bit.
I'd be careful with that.
That'd be very, very dangerous. And he's probably going to listen to this. So I love you, Benny boy.
Good. Who have been your, like growing up and especially the last couple of years in coffee and work and stuff, who have been your biggest mentors? Who are the people you look up to and you aspire to be like?
Alright, so super minor shout out, and I doubt he'll hear this, and we don't need to ding the bell because obviously I got a list of mentors, so we'll be dinging that every 2 seconds.
I'll ding it once for the list.
Bam, the list. So my very, very first person that ever got me involved with coffee was actually Jack O'Keefe, who was the head barista at the time when I first started working, and I actually was shit scared of him. I don't know what it was.
That's how all the best mentor stories start.
Yeah, like I have no idea what it was about him. It was honestly, I don't even have a very good gauge of his character because I only knew him for about 2 months and then he left to live in somewhere in Europe. So
yeah.
But anyway, I used to walk out of the kitchen with trays of dishes and put them down, and I didn't even like lattes at the time. Like he couldn't even get me to put down a mocha, and he'd come up to me with an espresso and he'd be like, "Hey, tell me what you think of this. Do you like this?" And I'd sip it, and he's like, no, drink it all. And I'd drink it all, and it tasted disgusting. Like I had barely any interaction with coffee, and I sat it in my mouth, and I was like, yeah, this is good. Yep. Walked back in, spat it into the sink. But told him I enjoyed it, and he did that to me on a regular occurrence, and I never questioned it.
Surely he would have known you were just fitting it.
Oh, 100%. I think after maybe like the 20th time, I could stomach it.
Yeah.
But so he and that sort of like sparked a curiosity. Just like how he made coffee behind the machine and all this sort of stuff. I was like, well, what are you doing? Like, you handed me this thing all the time. I was like, I want to know like what's going on, because I've never had any interaction with this before. And then I think post that, so he left, and I used to get up. So we open at 6:30 at Common Folk.
Yeah.
First barista gets in at 6. Dials in the coffee, just makes it taste good. I used to get up at 6. Well, get up at 5:30, roll in at 6 before school. And do working essentially until, and this is where it got a bit shady, but used to work until about 8:30 and then leg it to school. And that was just me making coffees behind the machine, dialing in. I did that for a solid year, and that's my next person, Courtney Harrison. Shout out to her. She taught me how to make coffee initially.
Awesome.
Gangster as. But yeah, so I used to do that before school. And then towards the ending of my school career, I used to just do that until 8:30 and then go do something else for the day, because it was time that I was meant to go to school.
So you knew you couldn't stay there.
Yeah.
You want to be like, are you going to school?
Yeah, and then also numerous amounts of my teachers came in, so I had to sort of bail, and I used to go do stuff. Anyway, and then following on from that, Sammy Keck, he really pushed me with like my knowledge and skill set making coffee.
Yep.
And then Tommy T came on board from Fives, and Tommy's been like probably one of my best friends in the world since then, and also one of like my biggest mentors. He's just taught me so much shit.
He's a beautiful man.
He's a very beautiful man. He's like such a kind soul.
Yeah.
Always willing to help people out, and he taught me so much stuff, just about coffee related, life related, and was just a general dude, which was awesome. So
good.
Tommy T, he's a big shout out, and he's still always teaching me things and doing stupid shit with me, actually putting up with the stupid stuff I do.
Yeah.
And then post that, I started working at Fives, and Damo, the head roaster at Fives, taught me a lot of stuff. Like, I used to obviously work for him, but I'd go in and ask him questions, and he just elaborated on everything, and he chucked me on the roaster as soon as I knew what was going on, and just gave me tons of experience and really opened up my eyes to the complexity of roasting coffee. Just awesome. And final one for the moment, and they're literally all my mentors have been coffee related,
which is okay.
But I think in between all of that, they've all been life related as well. So at these different stages of learning things about my job, I've been struggling with different things in my life, and they've been there for that as well. But the final one, and this is the best one because we've got to see him this weekend, Shawnee G, Mr. Gionis Enterprises, roaster at Fives.
Yeah.
He's the biggest legend in the world. He taught me a lot about like coffee. Was helping me with Damo and stuff. But he's also just low key. He's just a rad dude, and he's one of those guys that you hang out with, and they just make you want to be a better person.
That's awesome.
And so Shawnee's the man. He's like the nicest guy in the entire world.
They're the people you want to spend time with.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he's just a big sort of life mentor for me. But don't tell him I said that, because
Mate, just tell him to listen to it.
Yeah, don't listen to the podcast.
Tell him to skip from 30 to 32 minutes. It'll be sweet.
Yeah. So biggest legends. So they're my mentors. They've all been very work related, but also intertwined with the different sort of stages of my life.
So you've kind of had a crash course over the last couple of years on roasting coffee, right? Like, you've just gone bang, 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 full coffee. Yeah. And now you're at the point where you're teaching others.
Yeah. Like, so I do trainings, like barista trainings for our accounts, our baristas, and I haven't done a lot of like roasting training in that sort of sense, but it's more so like, I think in the roastery we sort of all work as a team to educate each other on things that someone else might not know.
Yeah.
So like I would like to say only a little bit because we're all a team.
Yeah.
But like I pushed to get Mr. Ollie Hill into the roastery because he was really, really interested and was willing to just put in some work to get in there.
Good.
And so like everyone, like including Tommy, Ryan, Josh, everyone's helped Ollie. Like I think I played a little bit of part in that, and yeah, just educating on how a roastery works. But yeah, I think more so like less roasting coursey type stuff, which is sort of what Ryan does, but more so like working as a team to educate everyone in the team. I think that's a lot of the stuff I do. You
seem like the kind of person that doesn't necessarily want personal success. You want to share your success with everyone else and help bring them up with you.
Yeah, and I think I like. I mean, if everyone's good at something, it's better than one person being good at something. Like, not gonna lie, I like being a little bit of, like, I like attention. Like,
we haven't noticed.
Yeah. I do a lot of stupid stuff not for attention, but I do a lot of stupid stuff because I like doing stupid stuff that results in attention, which is fun. But no, I'm a big believer in why can't everyone be good at something, sort of thing. Like, why can't, the more people that are good at something, the better the team is.
Yeah,
and all that sort of jazz.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I'll ask you some questions about your attention-seeking nature later.
Okay, done.
But you've obviously gotten really close to the Snake Oil Boys over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And become somewhat of a part-time model.
Yeah. I'll claim that.
I've never seen someone so comfortable getting photos taken of himself.
So this has got some backstory. We've leached into the. So I was a drama kid in primary school. So I did like all the productions and all the like stuff, and I was like Peter Pan in the Year 6 production.
Good.
And then, as I said earlier, I've always like played live music with Dad and stuff. So I'm a little bit of a stage boy.
Extrovert.
Yeah, mad extrovert. I enjoy rocking out, and I enjoy like. Not so much theatre anymore, but like, that sort of stuff. Like I really enjoy it, so I'm very comfortable performing in front of people. So when this, and that's another big one, thanks to Tommy T, he sort of slid me in there.
Yeah, but I was flicking through the photos that you took the other day with Tommy, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
They were so amazing. If anyone hasn't seen them, jump on the Snake Hole website.
Yeah.
Because there's a few up there at the moment, and there'll be a few more soon.
Yeah, I think
when this comes out, there'll be a few more.
When the winter range drops, watch out, there'll be some dirty photos.
Dirty is an excellent way to describe
it. Yeah. I'm very comfortable in front of a camera.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Good. Alright, I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want... Whoops, drop the pen. And I want to know you can go long-winded answer if you want, but try and answer it as well as you can. First question, have you had a defining moment?
See, I think these sort of questions always stump me because I can't think of a singular... There has never been... I have a lot of defining moments. Like a lot. Like I think there has not been one moment in my life that has defined me.
Yeah.
I've never sat down or been in one situation where I've just been like, bam, that's it.
Yeah.
But I think every day I have a thought that sort of adds to the construction of me.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
And sometimes it's really subtle. Like the other day, I was in the car with Sammy, and we were driving, and we were just talking about work and our relationships with people, and there was literally one sentence in there that he said that I agreed with. No, not that I disagree with every other sentence, but there was one sentence in there and I was like, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And that sort of just added to the building block that is me. Yeah. So I think I always have mini defining moments. Not that a defining moment is small, but yeah.
No, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Because then it's just it's an accumulation, and like you, the person you are today is the sum of all the experiences you've had.
Exactly.
And in 6 months, it'll be a slightly different person because you've got 6 months worth of extra experiences.
Exactly. I like to think my defining moments are daily, but they're just little, and it's like building blocks.
It's good. I like that. What's your best story?
Like, oh shit. I've had some horrible stories. But horribly good.
Yeah.
My best story. Oh no.
I've obviously heard a few, but I want your best story.
My best story. Alright.
And you can say whatever you want.
Let me just think. I just need to go. Oh man, this is hard. Like,
Feel free to narrow it down to 2 if you'd like.
narrow it down to 2. All right. You're right next one. Okay. Enjoy your trip.
That was Christian Ongarello, everybody. What a man!
Ding.
Ding.
Okay. Oh man, I'm terrible under pressure. Like, it'd be one of those things where you just walk into the cafe next week and I'll just be like, oh, hey, my best story. Can we come back?
We'll come back to best story.
We'll
Good.
back.
I'll give you some short, sharp, easy ones.
Yeah.
Give me your favourite fun fact.
Favorite fun fact?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh no.
I told you I'm bad with these. I'm really, really bad with these. I think polar bears are left-handed.
That's cool. I hope you just made that up because it sounds like you did. It doesn't matter if you did or
I think
didn't.
I just made that up, but I remember hearing that. But
Good. I
yeah,
like it.
done. First thing that came.
It's fun fact.
That's so wrong.
What advice would you give 15-year-old you?
Oh man. This actually it'd be as simple as who cares what other people think of you.
Good.
That was probably my, and I feel like this is a big thing for teenagers, being aware of how people perceive you and taking that into account and letting that dictate what you do.
Yeah.
So I think it's a big thing for a lot of teenagers, especially growing up with stereotypical, the whole like social media thing and all that jazz being completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if I could go back, I'd be like, you just do whatever you want, and who cares what anyone thinks.
Good advice.
It's very like, it's sort of cliche, and
Here's what I realise about cliches. They're cliches because it's a thing, and then people keep realising that it's a thing, but then people stop saying it because it's a thing.
And it's like, oh, because this is actually legit, but it's used so much, you don't want to say that.
Yeah, so just say it, mate.
That's literally it. That's just who cares what anyone thinks.
Good. If you could be remembered in one sentence, what would it be?
Oh, shit. Yeah, let's go with that. Nah. So this is bad, because this goes on my, I don't like being defined by a specific thing.
That's why I was really excited for this question, because it's going to challenge you to think of, okay, you don't want to be defined.
Okay. One sentence. I don't know if I can, like, I'm not that complex a person. Like,
Be simple, mate.
I'm quite simple, but at the same time,
I disagree. I think you're very self-aware and you're more complex than most, or you understand how complex you are more than most 19-year-olds do.
Well, it's like we were talking about with Samuel a while ago, the whole dumb, smart, dumb thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely a dumb, smart, but I think I do that on purpose.
Yeah.
In the sense of, like, I act like an idiot, talk a lot of smack, people think I'm an idiot, but then they get to know me and they know that I'm just a little bit less of an idiot. And I enjoy that.
So on your headstone, it could say slightly less of an idiot than what I first thought, or Tristan
slightly
smart.
Yeah. So we go Tristan River, slightly less of an idiot than you initially thought. I'm happy with that. You know what? You know what? That's done. That's
good.
It. Right there.
Great
That's
answer. Good. If money wasn't an issue and you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do with your life?
Open a roastery. Yeah, like that'd be one of the things.
Yeah.
I mean, if money wasn't an issue, I'd do everything that needed to be done that involved...
Just do a quick extra. Wouldn't have to work it, save money for it.
Yeah, like in the sense of like... Well, all I'd need is time to do things. So if money was an issue, I'd just like fix the world's problems.
Good.
Because...
It's very altruistic answer.
Yeah, well, I'm literally working off time. That's all I need. I don't need money. So there's so many problems that involve money in the world that need to be fixed, but the complicated part of that is that they involve money that people don't have. So there we go. That's one thing I can fix. Every problem that involves having money. All I need is a certain amount of time. If we're talking about poverty or anything from there up, I just need time if money's not an issue. And then I do some selfish things like, buy a boathouse.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat myself.
Good.
Start a roastery.
I like it.
Buy really, really expensive coffees.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
Talk, like, on the making the world a better place bit, talk about the cup that counts and what does it mean to you to be able to contribute to something like that?
Yeah, awesome. So this is really good because I think there's a lot of wank in the coffee industry. There's a lot of dudes that just, I don't know, well, not dudes, a lot of people that just, I don't know if they take it too seriously or they're just too intense about it, or I don't know, but I think really like one of the key things is we're getting this product from a country that is less fortunate than us, that is farmed by people that are less fortunate than us, and obviously money is a big thing, that are earning a lot less money than us. And if all we have to do is, I think it's, I hope I'm not wrong, 20 cents? 10 or 20 cents for every single
Pretty sure
coffee?
it's 20 cents.
20 cents? Yeah, sweet.
I've contributed a bit to that.
If like, I just think of it simply in the sense of like, if all we have to do is contribute 20 cents from every coffee out of our pocket to some people that are less fortunate than us to help them, well then why not? Like, that's what the cup that counts to me is. It's like, well, we can do something.
Yeah.
Why don't we do it?
Yeah.
It's not like that 20 cents is going to send us into poverty. And you know what? If I have to live out of my car for 5 years for that 20 cents to be contributed to them, well then I'll bloody do it. 'Cause like, and obviously that's not the extent of it, but it's like, me living in a car for that long, still better than some living conditions where coffee comes from.
Mm.
So it's, I don't know, it's as simple as like, if you can do something, why don't you do it? And that's what the cup that counts is for me. And I'm really stoked that all the boys that started Common Folk and everyone involved along the way has helped contribute. So that's literally it for me.
Yeah, and everyone wins because you guys get amazing coffee and you teach the farmers how to farm properly.
Yeah, we get awesome coffee. Yeah, exactly. We should teach them.
Like literally no one loses.
No,
like the
that's it.
Consumer loses nothing.
No. Yeah, consumer, nothing.
Common folk lose, but it's basically like re-injecting it back into the industry. So they lose 20 cents, but
per coffee. But at the same time, we get another country to get coffee off.
Yeah.
We're helping people.
And you create relationships.
And we create relationships. And like for me, as I said before, I enjoy people, and a relationship is worthless. No. What's the other word?
Priceless.
Priceless.
That's the word you're looking for. Okay, so
it's been a long hot day.
We started. It is very warm in here. It started with interaction with people, and we finished with relationships are worthless.
Yeah.
Good.
Relationships are priceless, and so 20 cents from a coffee is all it takes to have a good relationship with someone. Good. Done.
This next question, I'm really interested to hear your answer because of the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to go back to school, what are the 3 subjects you'd put into the curriculum that they didn't teach you?
Oh, awesome. How to do taxes.
Good.
I still haven't done my taxes.
Probably should get on that.
Yeah, I should get on that. I have no idea how. So, it's as simple as asking someone.
Correct.
But like, imagine if you taught me how to do my taxes instead of like, a part of psychology or something. Actually, no, that's really interesting. But anyway, imagine if you taught me how to do my taxes at school. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Also, how to maintain your car.
Good.
Shout out to Hogs for helping me maintain my car. I now know how to change my oil. Good. And Peter Keck did my fan drive belt, and that was interesting. Good. So I can give it a little service if I need to. Yep. So taxes, cars, and what's something else? I don't know. I feel like they should just have like a study block where they just teach how to be a legend.
Just life skills.
Yeah, it's like a life coaching study block.
How to be a fully functioning adult.
not name it that. Like, so what you need to do is, so if you go into high school and say, oh sweet, so period 3 every Friday, we're going to be essentially doing life coaching and teach you how to talk to people. You're going to have a whole group of teenagers that'll be like, get off it. We don't want to do that. That sounds lame as. So what you're going to do is you have to tell every student that they're enrolled in specialist maths 3rd period every Friday. They rock up for specialist maths, hating it, and then you don't even talk about math. You just say, oh, you turn it into a class about that. But don't tell them it's about that. Just start working on your skills with people and developing all that.
So just manipulate teenagers, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how else are you going to get them to do anything?
Correct.
So, yeah, that's what you need. They're the 3 classes. I don't know what we can call that 3rd one, but it makes sense.
Good. If you could invite 3 people to dinner, who would they be and why?
Ooh, I like this one. Look, I'm gonna say Jimi Hendrix because he was my idol growing up.
Yeah.
Actually, no way. Sorry, Hendrix.
Okay. Hendrix is out. Yeah, good.
Freddie Mercury.
Outstanding tweak there. Yeah, good change. Very happy with that.
Hendrix is cool, but I feel like the whole conversation just be like, yeah, man. That's it. Like, at least I could chat to Freddie a bit.
Good.
So yeah, done. Can I look through like my Instagram feed?
Of course you can, mate. Of course you can.
Alright, hold on. Something will pop up and I'll be like, yeah.
That's outstanding.
I'd have dinner to you.
No, I like it. It's a good way to check on who's making a difference in your life.
I should ask someone out for dinner over the podcast. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
No, I got no one though. Alright. This didn't really help.
Just think amongst yourselves at home there, guys.
Yeah, if you got any spare time, like you need to preheat the oven for dinner, it's 4:55. You could do that.
And sorry for the little bit of drilling that's going on upstairs. I apologise wholeheartedly for that.
Definitely sounded like farting at one point, so
one of the two. Alright, first 2 people that come into mind. Who else? Freddie?
Alright, Freddie. I'm gonna say Milu because we were meant to get coffee last week, but I was way too busy.
Good.
And she's a dead set legend. Let's do that. There you go. Done. And actually, I'm gonna say Sam Keck.
He'll be so happy with that.
Because I sometimes run out of conversation, and he's really good at conversation and never stops talking.
Correct.
So, like, when I'm having dinner with these people,
I want to make sure it doesn't stop.
Yeah, as soon as I, because sometimes I just clock off, and as soon as I do that, he'll just be like, oh, so anyway, you know, how sick are my camo shorts, and then we got like half an hour of conversation.
Good.
Yep. There we go. Done.
Last question. What's your best story?
Okay, I'm not going to tell this one, but I'm just going to give it a title, and the person at home listening to this podcast can punch me in the face. But Fergus Pilgrim Geelong, that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
People that know about it, and
Carry
I'm
on.
never allowed to tell this story again. There was one time where I made it from, let's do a comparison, I was living in Noosa and I walked probably about 4 or 5 suburbs to get Macca's.
How is that your best story?
No, because a lot of stuff happened in between.
Okay, go.
So it was my going away party.
Yeah.
So
when you were moving
back down to Mornington.
Yep.
It was my going away party. The girl of my dreams broke my heart.
Oh no.
Yeah. So me and the lads decided to go get Macca's. And this isn't even my best story, but I'm just going to tell it anyway.
Keep going,
this is a story.
This is ace.
And so we decided to walk. There was only one Macca's in the area, and it was like 4 or 5 towns away. Took us about 4 hours.
Commitment.
Yeah, and that was 4 hours with a lot of pace too. So like we did a whole bunch of the hills through like Tewantin, on shopping trolleys. So like, my dad used to tell me stories about he'd get a sheet, like shopping cart sailing, sit in a shopping cart with a sheet and let the wind blow you.
Good.
So we did that and covered, I reckon, a few K doing that, which was sick. I almost got bitten by a snake going through this forest path.
Sounds like an adventure.
It was the scariest moment of my life because everyone had left and I was walking through this forest. There was a snake in the middle and I had to like jump over it and get rid of it, and that was scary. I went for a swim with a complete stranger who bet me. This event happened twice in my life living in Queensland. Once it was my dad, and then the second time it was a stranger who bet me $5 to swim into the middle of the river and back. I had no idea that there were tiger sharks in that river. Tiger sharks. Yeah, they're the ones who are in the.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, so I got back and they were like, "Dude, I don't have $5," and I didn't think you'd actually do that. And told me why, and then later to find out that my dad had previously done that to me as well, with the same knowledge that this guy had. That.
Thanks, Dad.
This is in the one trip, so I had a bit of an eventful night. Got Macca's. I hate Macca's. And my mates met back up with me at Macca's, so I went off on my own for a while.
Magical.
This is great. I was like 15. I was like, I'd gone out of home and I was just like, fuck this, I am out. Anyway, and Macca's wouldn't let us get food because it was a classic drive-through thing. And this taxi driver came out of the gym opposite Macca's. How funny is that? Gym Macca's. Walked over to Macca's. And we were like, hey man, can you drive us in your taxi through the drive-through? And he did that. And then we did the 4-hour trip home. And that wasn't even my best story, but it was the longest one I got.
That's good. Very good from you.
Yeah.
Finish off. Any wisdom you would like to impart on all the listeners?
Right. Alright. Any wisdom? No, not really. Like, if you're 15, who cares what people think?
Good.
If you're an adult,
who cares what
people think?
Good.
Come in for a coffee if I don't know you, because I like meeting people. And yeah, that's it. Cheers, Lockie.
Mate, thanks for coming on.